Hey gang, what's good? It's your guy coming to you live from the 405 inside the Zagnev Mobile, where the wind comes whipping down the plane outside the car, not inside the car. If you're inside the car and the wind is whipping, then we got bigger fish to fry. Anyhow, SEC play definitely starting to heat up, and now with the loss of Missouri, at the hands of Alabama, we're down to three undefeated teams in the conference. The race for the championship, the race to Atlanta, is definitely heating up. And right now, Bama has the inside track, I think, just based on the opponents that they have. I actually have notes here, so I'll get it right. For those of you that watch my car videos, I have had an error or two in some of these just because I don't have notes and I'm going off the top of my head. I made sure to make notes here. Bama has left on their schedule Tennessee, South Carolina, OU, and Auburn. Auburn, I think their season, I don't want to say their season is over, but they look completely deflated during the second half of the game last night. And sometimes there is that defining game that can turn the entire tempo of a season. I think last night was that game for them. OU, I don't know what happened to their defense, and John Mateer was definitely not 100%. Depends on how things are when they face each other. South Carolina, not living up to expectations based against what they did last season. And Tennessee, probably their most formidable opponent right now. I would say OU, if John Mateer had not gotten hurt and he was 100% and the defense had lived up to whatever. But I'm going to say Tennessee is probably their most formidable opponent. And even then, it's been shown that if you can get to Joey Aguilar, shake him up just a little bit, you can alter the course of the game. Ole Miss, next week, take on the Dogs, a dog team which is probably going to be hot and ready like Papa John's Pizza, $5 Papa John's Pizza, $5 Little Caesars Pizza, hot and ready Little Caesars Pizza. See, I need to take notes. The hot and ready Little Caesars Pizza, after their win over Auburn last night, basically shut them out after the fumble that wasn't a fumble. Was it or wasn't it? Different video. I may talk about that later on. I may not. Florida, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, last week showed up and pummeled Texas. Yesterday, just not so much, but not as much of a threat. Mississippi State started out the season good, got in the conference play, and in the immortal words of late Denny Green, it showed everyone that they are who we thought they were. OU, already spoken on them. South Carolina, already spoken on them. Texas A&M has left on their record South Carolina. LSU, who has a great defense but an offense not living up to the expectations set by multiple years of having Nussmeier at quarterback, just doesn't seem to be popping off like it should be. You know, if you wanna hang with a team like Texas A&M is playing like they're playing, you got to be able to put points on the board. Arkansas, enough said. South Carolina, enough said. Final game of the season, Longhorns. If the Longhorns that showed up yesterday against OU show up against Texas A&M at the end of the season, there may be a little smoke in the city. And I forgot to mention Missouri, who logged their first loss yesterday at the hands of Alabama. So Missouri could definitely give Texas A&M their first loss as well. So there you basically have it. Bama looks like they've got the inside track, and then when it comes to Ole Miss and Texas A&M, I'm looking at Ole Miss probably just having one loss by the end of the season as far as conference play is concerned, and then Texas A&M will have a minimum of one loss at the hands of Missouri. So it's going to make the race very, very interesting, especially if you cruise into the end of the season with multiple teams with one conference loss. Alabama, of course, I think will be a surefire get in if they win those 4 games. Alabama, no question, surefire get in. After that, you got Ole Miss, you got A&M, you'll have Ole Miss, you'll have A&M, you'll have Georgia. I did not take enough notes. See, I didn't think to take those down, but you got a couple of other one-loss teams in there that have good records as well. So it might be interesting to see who gets that second spot in the SEC championship game. I do think that if Georgia wins out and beats a ranked Ole Miss, that may give them some leeway as far as the next spot. And then, of course, you know how things work. There's revenue involved. There's money involved. Who wouldn't want to see another Georgia versus Bama matchup? Because it's become one of the most talked about matchups in the SEC, given Georgia's issues with being able to overcome Alabama. So we shall see, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we are right now with the SEC standings. Colin and I, my partner in crime, who AI, by the way, this whole AI thing where you can hit the summary of the video and it tells you who's what. I did a video with my dog, my other partner in crime, Luna, the other night, and AI thought that when I said Colin, I was referring to my dog. AI literally, I'm gonna post a picture of it. I'm gonna just make a post. AI thought that Colin was my dog after video after video after video with me and an actual human being who lives in another state by the name of Colin P. from the DMV. AI thought Colin was my dog. Anyway, Colin and I will be on tomorrow night to talk about all the happenings, the Georgia win, the epic comeback, and more things around the SEC. We'll break this whole thing down a little bit further for you. And we'll see you then. Until then, you enjoy your Sunday. I'm going to go get my well, I won't say get swole. I'm a little too old to be trying to get swole. Well, not true, but I'm not trying to get swole. I'm just trying to keep my body parts moving. Going here and get my gym on. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow, unless I do another couple of videos between now and then. Y'all be good. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. I'll catch up with you later. Go Dogs.